to Create Your Own Economy with Bunmi Ajibade, the podcast that empowers corporate professionals ready to break free and transition into entrepreneurship with confidence and clarity, as well as business owners looking to grow and scale their businesses. If you're exhausted from building other people's dreams, leaving you little time or energy to focus on what truly matters to you, you are in the right place. Each week, we provide actionable strategies, expert interviews, and real-life success stories to help you turn your ideas into thriving business. Ready to take bold, clear steps toward life and business you deserve? Let's get started. What if the greatest treasure you seek is already within you and is waiting to be unlocked? And my question is, will this be the year that you finally step into your full potential? Would you make this season of your life? I don't know what season you are, but would you make this season of your life when you move from uncertainty into action, unlocking those treasures God has deposited within you to create a purposeful business or life, and you are no longer waiting? You really want to go in and take that leap. Welcome to today's episode of Create Your Own Economy podcast. I am your host, Bunmi Ajibade. And, as the new year approaches, many of us will reflect on the past year, the outgoing year, and we'll reflect on where we are in our careers, whether it's time to change. Maybe it's a thought that has been on the table for a long time. When to change, how to change. Is it time for me to transition from that job, from my corporate job, and really live a life of freedom that you really deserve? Is it time to change? And whatever change you are looking for in your life. So today, I have my friend Karen Ross, who is the founder of Birth, the Treasure Within. And she will really show us all how to unlock that hidden potential, that hidden treasure that will help you create the life you truly deserve. And for those of you considering to transition into entrepreneurship, I want you to really come closer, move closer, so that you can hear what she has to say. Or if you are a business owner, a small business owner, you will be thinking of scaling your business and you really don't know whether it's time or you're scared or whatever. Come closer, because you will discover how to birth that treasure within you and live a life without limitation. And you have a new season of your life that you will live with clarity, with confidence, and also with purpose. So Karen, welcome to Create Your Own Economy podcast.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I look forward to this.
Yes, we are too. So let me tell you a little bit about Karen. Karen Ross is the self-published author of Birth, the Treasure Within. Believe in you, believe in your greatness, empower yourself. And after 15 years in the corporate world, she decided to embark on a journey of self-discovery, which has landed her where she is today. So what began as a little book that she wrote is now a platform transforming lives nationally and internationally. Ms. Ross has the heart to help empower those seeking and ready to experience the life they are created to live. She speaks and teaches how to be and live an abundant, prosperous, successful, loving life. Oh, I love that. And with over 35 years of experience, she has a unique and interactive style. She loves what she does. I know, I can tell you that because I have spoken with her. She loves what she does, and it really shows in her conversation. Her love and energy permeates any environment. In addition to self-publishing her book, Ms. Ross is a speaker, a consultant, teacher. She's a mentor, a writer, an entrepreneur, and a humanitarian. Karen, you are welcome again.
Thank you.
So let's just start. Tell us a little bit about yourself, about your journey into entrepreneurship, about your journey of self-discovery, and what really inspired you to take that journey that lands you where you are today. If you can help us with that.
Sure. So my journey began as I'm going to start with when I was in corporate America. And so I was a field engineer, and, after 15 years of doing the job, I had thoughts about, there's more to life than this. And I wanted more. I wanted more for myself. I knew that, and I truly believed that there was more. And I felt that me moving forward in that would be a reward. So after I left corporate America, I made the decision to leave corporate America. And so after leaving corporate America and not knowing really what to do, you have these questions. It's like, okay, there's so much more to do, or there's so much more to life, but what is it that I truly want to do? Because I knew technology, I knew how to fix things. And what I realized after searching and being in prayer was I loved helping people. And I remember growing up, and my mother, she had me in programs where I was helping people. I was volunteering, and I really, really enjoyed that. And so I decided that I was going to go back to school and for human services. And and I also remember saying that I believe that, we know that we're created. We know that we're created by God. And I remember being laid out and saying, God, I want to know you for myself. And so that was all part of the journey. I went back to school, went to college, and even how that process started. It was, I had the desire, but not knowing what college to attend, what I was going to, the process, knew none of that. So I started making phone calls. And one of the phone calls that I made, it led me to, I asked to be transferred to the admissions office, but I ended up in the cafeteria and speaking to one of the staff in the cafeteria. And her response to me, I was sharing with her what I wanted to do and why. And her comment to me was, you better come here. And so I did. And that was a life-changing decision, because with that, at the school that I went to, that I chose, I had the opportunity to study abroad, which had not been done. I did an internship abroad. I became more aware of who I was. And so often we don't really know what we embody. We don't know, we don't believe in ourselves. We don't know what we have, but that part of my journey, I came into such an awareness, greater awareness of who I was, and it was other people seeing it in me. And being connected to that, and then someone saying that to me, it was like a confirmation. And so when I did go, and then they were saying that I had to do all these things, and it was because it was the end of the semester, and all these things had to be in place before I started. But when I got there and I went to the admissions office, and none of those things that they said I had to do, did I have to do.
Wow.
And so when I think about going back to, saying, God, I want to know you for myself, when I think about it now, that was part of the process. When we don't know what we want to do and we have that desire, and a lot of times when we're told that something has to be done, we may look at it, or our perception of it, we may say, well, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going through that because I have to do this, this, and this. And we look at it as a block. But when we trust the process and we say, you know what, I want this, and I'm just going to go ahead and move through it, you never know what's at the end of it.
Yes.
And so because of that, because, someone's saying, well, you got to do all this, you got to take tests, and you only had like a couple of days to do it. But I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then when I got there, none of that was so. But because I did that, I graduated with a 4.0. I did my internship in Ghana, West Africa. I worked with men, women, and children. And I was recognized as a true leader on the campus. So I was president of the honor societies, and it was a lot that like I said, that came up that I learned about myself. My instructors saw my writing ability. So I didn't know I had that. So now I know. And the experience was, like I said, was life-changing. So in that, it was, like I said, other people seeing things in you that you don't see or that you don't know, and it brings to light. And so I never had the desire to do public speaking. I never had the desire to write a book. I never had a desire to own a business. But because of the process, and then those doors opening up, and walking through those doors and making the decision to say, you know what? And like I said, knowing God for me was so important. It was so important for me because it was other people's stories about how God was relating to them. I wanted that for me. And I know this process has been that. Now I'm looking back on all of that because I asked for it. God has shown me himself.
Oh, my goodness.
The God in me, and God working and expressing. I experienced God in all those situations. And now I get to express God. And it's because of my journey and what I've learned, the confidence, the courage, the tenacity, not giving up, and that all things are possible, that I get to be this person, that I get to experience and express and help other people's lives be transformed. And so even going to traveling internationally and working with men, women, and children, and a lot of times, so even with that, when we go outside of something that we're in each and every day, and like I said, being open, there's a whole world out there. And a lot of times we'll say, oh, I'm not going. Or we'll use somebody else's experience or what someone else has said, and we'll keep ourselves and we'll rob ourselves and cheat ourselves from the experience that God may want us to have. And or the opportunity that may be the very thing that's uplifting and building to us. And so going to Africa, being part of a study abroad program and going to Turkey Never thought that I would experience these things. And it was phenomenal. I learned so much more about myself. I learned other cultures. I became so much more enriched. And my ability and my heart, going even deeper, my heart for hearing the needs and saying, you know what, I want to do something about that. What can I do? And approaching the college and the college being open and saying yes.
Wow.
You
Wow.
know,
That's
so,
amazing. Yeah. That's really amazing. You know, and I love what you said. Everything started from you feeling that, asking yourself, there should be more to life than this my 9 to 5, than this my engineering job. And then you are thinking, there's something that I can do that can fulfill me. And you have that curiosity. So for our listeners, it has to start from you.
yes.
You need to be tired of being tired, of the tiredness of being tired. And then you make a decision to say, something has to change. And this is something else that Karen said, that everything that people told her about the decision she was making to go back to college could have made her say, oh, let me wait till next semester. Oh, let me wait. Oh, I didn't prepare for the test. But she went ahead anyway. And it wasn't what was said. So don't let anything start in your way. So if you are tired of being tired, if you are tired of staying in corporate America, if you are tired of something that you are doing right now and you need something else, take a step. And that is what Karen just explained to us, how she took that step. And it's like a flood. It's like doors just started opening, things that you never knew, because others were seeing things in you that you never knew you had. You didn't know you were a writer. You didn't know you could be a speaker, because most engineers that I know, they are not public speakers. I have 2 of them in my house. So now, from what you learned, how can our listeners, because what we are talking about is birth the treasure within. That is the topic of this podcast, Birth the Treasure Within, which is also your book. So how can our listeners, my tribe, your tribe, people that just happen to find this episode, how can they start the process to birth that treasure within? Because some of them don't even think there's any treasure.
For me, and I can speak from my experience, it's, like I said, a knowing. And then you mentioned something earlier, when people are sick and tired of being sick and tired, why are you sick and tired? And then it's having those conversations, sitting down with yourself and really looking at, what do you really want to do? Because there are times when we're tired or, things don't feel right, but really looking at, why are they not feeling right for me? Is there something else that we want to do? Could that be a sign that, okay, maybe it's time to do something else? And I always tell people, follow your heart. That's when you're going to be your most happiest. And pay attention, because a lot of times, and what I find is when I do talks and when I'm speaking, people don't know who they are because we won't spend time with ourselves. We're in everybody else's stuff. We can tell everybody else what to do, but we won't be that for ourselves. And so to be able to gift ourselves that time and space and be that for ourselves, to say, you know what is really going to make me happy? And so, is this making me happy? So why am I willing to stay here and be unhappy? Because we're created to live the glorious life. We're created to be happy. We're created to be loved. So why are we settling? Why are we saying, you know what, I'm going to stay here? And then what happens is when we are stressed, our bodies take that on. And then we're wondering why we're having these ailments, these health issues. Why am I feeling? Why am I, on medications? But how much of that can be prevented? So if we're sick and tired of being sick and tired, then let's look at what really what is it that I really want to do? And believe in yourself. Yes. So it's making a choice and believe in yourself. And because you're there at that moment, yes, that time, and if you really have a desire to move on, look at that as, what did I learn from this space that I've been in? And then looking forward to saying, you know what, maybe I can, or maybe I am going to choose to move forward. And then what I've been in during this time has actually trained me. It has built me. And what I've learned, I can use that for the next thing. Some of the things that I've learned, even being a core part of corporate America, I take nothing away from my experience in corporate America, because there are some things that I learned. There are some things that strengthened me. I learned customer service. Yes. I learned leadership. I learned my ability to do things in a male-dominated field. And some of the experiences that I went through, and I still move forward in it. And I was good at it. So that was my best. So whatever it is that we do, we be our
what you just said now? What you just said now, it just reminds me of our friend Tawana Williams. You said, and I'm good at it. And that's exactly what Tawana would say. Yes, celebrate that which you are good at. Nobody can take that from you, right?
Yeah, we're all unique. And I don't try to copy anyone else. I'm me. I'm the best me. Nobody can be like me. I'm me. I'm unique, and I'm an individual, and what my gifts and skills, I get to use them. And that which I have learned, whether it was in corporate America, whether it was in whatever environment I was in, or whatever situation or circumstance I experienced, it grew me. So let's change our perception of the very things that we're going through and say, you know what am I learning in this? And see the value in it and know that it's bringing us value. And so because of that, I'm valuable, because I've trusted the process, my experience in life, and now I get to use that, and no one can take that away. And now the people whose lives I'm impacting, whose lives are being impacted and transformed, to see their expression, to see their transformation, and to see that they're loving this, and then to get those responses. And what I say is, I thank you, God, because of my experience, because of my journey, because of my obedience, because of my trusting the process, and believing in me, loving me, taking care of me, that now they're benefiting.
Yes.
And so and that's why I say nationally and internet, globally. And you never know who you're going to come in touch with, come in contact with. Someone on the street, whether it's a wave, whether it's a hi, a smile, a nod, a hug. Yes. You get to acknowledge someone and inspire someone. That's a very little thing. You can cause someone to hang on with what it is that you bring. Or you can be the one to cause someone to let go. I want to be the one to cause somebody to hang on and know that they are valued, to be able to give someone hope and say that you matter, your life matters, and that you have so much to bring to the world. So it was a choice. it was believing in myself and saying, this is what I'm standing on. And I remember saying that, in situations that I was at the bottom, and when I felt like I couldn't do anything else, when my back is in the wall, not up against the wall, when my back is in the wall, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that angst and the anxiety and the stress, and you can feel it in your body, and you're like, okay, God, and then things work out.
Yes.
You release and you let go, and this is all I know how to do, because in my in my mind, I don't know what else to do. So in those moments when we don't know what else to do and there's nothing left to do, release it, let it go, and believe, because we have someone that we can go to who knows us, who has a plan for us, and that gives us everything. And it's that faith. This journey has been a faith journey.
Yes, faith journey. Yeah, definitely. Because if you are getting paid as an engineer and then you have to go start again, is really a journey of faith. So thank you for sharing that. So for somebody to really birth what is within, you first need to know who you are. Spend time to figure out who you are. And when we say that, I don't want you to think that it's, I've been with myself since the day I was born. Yes, we know that. But what we're saying is really going deeper into who you are. And we suggest that you get the services of a coach or a mentor to help you through the process, because not everybody can go through that process, because you need another person's perspective to help you bring out that. You remember when Karen said she had a call and somebody, picked up the call and somebody said, come here, you can do it. And this is what Karen does, that if you are struggling with really getting into who you are and what you were created to be, she can help. This is what I do as a coach. You cannot develop a business when you don't know who you are, because your business has to be aligned with who you are. If there is no alignment, immediately you have a little trouble, you are out. But if it's aligned, then you are able to stand, and weather whatever storm. Thank you, Karen. Spending time to identify who we are is very important in that process. And also, when you are tired of being tired and you continue to stay where you are tired of being tired, it can move into stress. You know how stress is, the back of your neck, how that tightness, and that can lead to you being sick, can lead to diseases. If you are watching us, please, you can refer to another episode that I did with Jackie Weisberg. Jackie was physically sick because of the stress on her job. And for 9 months, she had to learn how to walk. She had to learn how to eat. She had to learn the normal things that we all do on a daily basis, because she was so sick physically due to the stress of the job. So please, this is very, very important. And something else that you said is, some of you might want to move, but you don't know what to do. That is why we are here to support you. You cannot do this alone. Karen was lucky. She has somebody that got planted, who was in the cafeteria. I don't know what cafeteria, and if not God, right? That was just God. God planted that woman there for you. So also God has planted us here for you to support your journey is very, very important, because I have spoken to a lot of people, and because they feel it's their journey, so they want to do it alone, and then they just get like, you know what? I think I'm not even meant for that. Let me just stay. And you resign yourself to whatever it is. It shouldn't be. So let me ask you this, Karen. When you were just talking, I'm like, okay, if let's just assume that you stayed, you are still in your corporate job. Am I taking you back to when you left? Okay, let's assume you stayed there. What do you think will be different right now in who you are right now?
Goodness, that on me. my true authentic self.
He said, I will miss out on me. Tell us more about that. I will miss out on me. Wow.
My true authentic self. Right?
Look, what if you want to miss out on who you are? Oh my goodness. We are giving you the opportunity. Imagine you living a life, and we're not saying that your experiences, and I thank you for mentioning that, your experiences in corporate America, your experiences in wherever you are, they are very, very important to where you are going. You don't throw them away. So customer service, how to honor time, how to be on time wherever you are going, customer service, leadership, communications. There's so many things that we'll learn where we are coming from that will be useful where we are going. So we are not asking you to discard or disregard where you are coming from, but we are just saying, what if it's time for your next assignment? What if it's time for your next life? Now, the question is, do you want to miss out on you? Do you really want to miss out on you? That's the question, right, Karen?
Yeah.
That's the question. Do you want to miss out on you?
And I was going to say, I really want to expound on the peace, the joy, the freedom transformation brings, and to live life free. Oh my gosh, there is nothing like freedom. And it's not freedom from the situation and circumstances. It's a freedom that you embody, that no matter what comes or what you experience, you're free, because then you know how to deal with it. You know how to move in it. You know that, oh, me and God got this. And that's the difference, because there's the world and the world's ways of doing things. And we try to we're busy, and we keep ourselves, we're kept from ourselves, we're kept from time with ourselves, we're kept from family. And so in this busyness, and that's a lot of times why we don't take time for ourselves. And when I have conversations with people, time seems to be an issue. But if you don't take time for yourself, then that's something that really needs to be looked at. It's your life. And so why we don't have time for ourselves? And when we don't have time for ourselves, we're missing out. We're missing out on, like I said, our value. We're missing out on ourselves. And so when I do mentoring and speaking, it's look at your day. If you can get up 5 minutes or wake up and start small, even if you say for 5 minutes, before I put my feet to the floor, you know what? I'm just going to lay here, and I'm just going to feel, and I'm just going to think, and I'm just going to quiet my mind. or start questioning, what is it that I really desire? How am I feeling right now? How can I see? What do you see yourself doing? And imagine yourself doing that. And then when you start to do that on a continual basis, an everyday thing, what is your intention for the day? Don't just go along in the day. Be intentional for your day. And people ask me during the day, how are you? And I said, or how's your day? And my response to them is a great day because I'm in it. I get to choose. I get to speak life to myself. I get to speak life to my day. And like I said, it doesn't matter what's going on during the day. If something comes, yeah, it may come, but I've learned how to process it. I've learned that it's not mine. And even when people come a certain way, what I've learned is that's not mine, because I know who I am and that's their stuff. And so it's really learning how to navigate life. It's learning how to navigate our lives and knowing that it's a daily thing. And it's fun when we can say, you know what? I can make this fun. And let go of the fear. Fear it grips us. It keeps us from moving. But the fear, what we're saying in our minds, we've created the story. We've written the story. And we say, this may happen, but it hasn't happened. And so rather than creating those stories and creating the film and the movie and having the credits rolling, create something in our mind of how you want to be, how you want your life to be. And see it. See it on a daily. Feel it. What does it feel like for you to move from where you are and be in a place where you want to be free, where you want to experience love and joy and happiness? Because it's not up to anyone else but ourselves, but each individual person. Each individual person is responsible for their very own life. It's not up to a spouse. It's not up to a friend. It's not up to the world. We're in control. We have the dominion to create the life we want. Yes. And it's not about, and our security is really not in a job. So let's grasp all of this and know that we embody greatness. It's our innate. Oh my goodness. We embody greatness. It's innate from the very beginning. You embody prosperity. You embody success. You embody love and joy and happiness. And it's, you know how you dig for a treasure? It's digging and having the tools, the right tools to dig and know that it's there, and trusting the process and knowing that when you get to that treasure, when you open it up and it shines through, it's bright. It illumines. You are illuminating. Okay?
Yes.
So know that treasure that you have within you, and yes, birthing, it's work. But you know, when you get to that treasure, my, what a difference.
You forget.
Exactly.
You forget. Yep, you forget that process of digging, that process of finding the right tools, that process of sorting out from everything you dug out. That process at times might be painful, but when you birth it, it's just like a woman that labor, those 2 days, some people have 2 days, whatever number of hours for your labor. But when that baby comes out and then you see the beauty of that child, you see everything, you forget the pains. You forget the pains. It's not that the pain, not that, I tell you, you forget the pains because now your focus is on the beauty. Your focus is on the greatness that you can see, and then you move on. Because if we remember the pains of labor, nobody will have more than one child. But you see some people having 10, 15, 20 and all that, 3. and different people, but what comes out, is amazing. And so now that you moved on to the business, starting your own business as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you have gone through challenges. You've seen some challenges. Is there any challenge that you faced? Because when you were coming from corporate America, where there was security of your paycheck. There's paycheck. There's, but again, that security was just for a limited time, because they can decide to let you go. And that security blanket will be gone. But there was security. Now you have your own business. Now you're an entrepreneur. So what challenges did you face, and how did you overcome those challenges, if there were any?
What comes to mind again is that word faith. And then when doors are shut, you keep moving. You keep moving and trusting the process. Do not give up on you. Do not give up on that treasure within. Do not give up on, and, giving birth. And so the baby is something you've never seen. You haven't seen it yet. But when it's birthed, and that the life and the emotions that come with that, the baby is 9 months. And so you're going through the process. You don't give up. You don't give up. And you continue to believe and anticipate that birth. And so you keep going. And so, yes, there were challenges, and there were many on this journey. But as I stated, those challenges, I don't even look at them as challenges. I would say, the University of Life. They were classes. I graduated from them. And so I get to take those degrees, and I get to use them. And so it's, again, changing our perception. And so don't look at it, and again, saying, when something comes up, or when somebody says no, and you're like, well, I could have used that, and it's like, no. It's like, know who you are. You're powerful. You're powerful. You have everything you need. And this is that unveiling. This is that coming into that greater awareness of your higher self, and know that the world, it's for you. It's for you to be, to live, to have, to experience, and express.
Yes.
Don't give up on you. You're created for it. And as I stated, you embody it. So get to know you. Get to know the very thing that you embody, that is available to you at all times. And, be that for you. Be your best self. Be your best friend. I tell people I'm my own best friend. I hang out with me. I love me. I go places by myself. I have a joyous time.
How about I hang out with me?
Yes. I love me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, you don't need another person. You can be the party with yourself.
Absolutely. I'm the best person I can be with.
Yes. As I was talking about the, challenges, even when a baby is born, you see a baby will decide to sleep during the day and then cry all throughout the night, or need attention, or you don't know why are you crying? You just ate. Why are you crying? The baby is uncomfortable. So there are so many things. We are not saying that once you unearth that beauty, when you unearth that treasure, that everything will be beautiful. But it's a choice to change your perspective, that you are not seeing it as something where you will fail, but you see it as a learning. So what did I learn today in my business? What did I learn today in life?
Yeah.
Because it will still repeat itself. It might be in another envelope, but then you remember, oh, I know you are coming in a different envelope, but I've seen you before and I know how I'm going to deal with you. And that is how we deal with whether overcoming obstacles or challenges in business or in life in general. And I'm going to round this up, but I've seen successful entrepreneurs that they credit their growth. They credit their growth to continuous learning, to personal development. How do you see the correlation between self-development and business success?
They're basically the same because you are your business. And whatever you learn or the development that you do for yourself, taking care of self, loving self, it's going to naturally come through in your business. Yes. And like I said, one thing I did learn in corporate America is customer service because I had to give it. And so I tell people, if you have a business and it's centered around people, then however you come across is going to impact your business.
Good.
So know that. So to be able to listen to people, what their needs are, and then really, really pay attention and hear the conversation, and also listening to what they're not saying. So it pays to be a good listener.
Yes.
And just really having a heart for people and having a heart for first yourself, because the order is love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, strength, and mind, and then love your neighbor as yourself. That's the order. And so when you can love yourself, take care of yourself, be that for yourself first, and then you can give the overflow, and it will naturally come. And it won't be like really trying hard. It won't be as, like an effort that you're really trying to do this for business. No, it's natural. And this is what you embody. So self-development on a daily, every day, when I'm sitting around people, in my mind, I'm talking to myself. I'm questioning, what is this about? Okay, where am I in this? And all day, every day. And there are some days when I'm in my car and I'm driving, I'm at a light. I'll close my eyes and release, and I'm feeling. So it's loving myself enough to say, I want peace all the time. I want peace in the midst of, and something the world can't give and the world can't take it away. Nobody can give me peace. So I embody peace. So let me allow peace to come through. Let me allow the love. Let me love me. Let me know what love is. So if we're looking for love from other people, then that's out of order. I got to love me first. So, and that goes with business, that goes with relationships, that goes overall. So self-development and your business, it goes hand in hand.
Definitely. So as we round up, I said it before again. So I wanted to just say something, one sentence to many of my followers, people in my tribe, because they are ambitious corporate professionals, and many of them feel unfulfilled in their current roles, and they are considering entrepreneurship as an alternative, but they're afraid to face challenges, time constraints. Some fear of failure. They don't want to fail. Some, they lack direction. Some, they want the security of the paycheck. And so they have so many reasons why they are questioning. So say something to them to encourage them. And also, what can you offer from your business that can support them?
So I would say to them, if, whether you have fear or know that fear isn't your natural innate self, and looking at the fear and what is it that what is the conversation that you're having that is creating the fear? What are you telling yourself? And so that's part of the self-development. That is part of, and where did that fear come from? And where does the disbelief come from? Where is the lack of faith come from?
Yes.
Where does the security in the world come from? And so it's, again, sitting with yourself and asking yourself and being truthful and honest with yourself, because change or transformation won't happen if you continue to keep covering why you're not.
Yes.
So it's uncovering the why, understanding where the why is coming from, and then moving forward and having those issues dissolve.
Yes.
And so when you start to trust and believe in yourself, those issues, they dissolve. And so you go forward with confidence and courage. All this you embody. So it's doing the work. And each individual has to go through and do their own work. And so I do offer counseling, consulting. I offer mentoring. I do a 6 and a 12-week renew and transform courses that people love. They love them so much, they sign up and they redo them again. Because what they're finding is they're finding the value in what it brings and how it's transforming their lives. And I had someone, because I have wives that are coming to the classes. I have people who have lost their loved ones. So it's people going through grief. It's people dealing with fear. It's people dealing with resentment. So whatever, guilt, whatever. And so, but what they're finding is because they have someone to help them and work with them through the process, they're seeing the change, the transformation. And we say transformation because transformation, you don't go back. When you look at a butterfly, from a caterpillar to a butterfly can't go back to the caterpillar. It's transformed and it flies. And so transformation is, I move forward, I move on, I'm free. And so to be able to have platforms that help you through that process, it makes it so much easier, and it's fun. We make it fun. So it's with my courses, I give assignments. So you have assignments and discussions, and we just really have fun with the transformation. I had a husband come to me the other day and thank me. And this was really touching. I get comments and responses like this, but to have a husband come and say he was thankful for his wife attending and the difference that he's seeing. So, people say they see the value, they're thankful, they think everybody should attend the class. So it's up to a person to make a decision and say, you know what? Yes, I'm saying yes to me. I'm going to gift myself permission to trust the process, go through the process, and live the life that I'm created and intended to live. I'm going to gift myself permission to be the person that I am intended to be.
Yes. Yes. So what are you, what are you giving our audience, people that are, that really want to have a taste of the transformation that you give? Is there anything for them?
Yes. So when they go to, I'm going to say when, because they're making a decision, they're saying yes to themselves. So they're going to go to www.birththetreasurewithin.com, and you can scroll down and there is a complimentary 30-minute consultation. And so let's get started. You don't have to stay where you are. You don't have to stay in the experience if you don't want to. Now, if you're saying that I'm ready, I just don't know how, I don't have the tools, I don't know what to do, go to www.birththetreasurewithin.com, scroll down, and let's talk. Let's have a conversation, And let's get you moving to be that person and live the life that you want to, that you're intended to live and be. And then be able to express that to the rest of the world, to be able to bring value to the world. Because the world wants what you have.
Yes, I really appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate you, Karen. Thank you so very much. Thank you for sharing your story to encourage other people, because we all have stories. We can be business people, but we all have stories where we are coming from. Yes.
Can I just read one thing out of my book?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
So this I wrote, and as I stated, when you get those moments, and this is part of something that I teach as well, is really listening, being able to listen and hear.
Yes.
And when listening to and having those prompts and knowing what those prompts mean. And so I was on vacation, packed up, ready to leave out, on my way to check out of the resort, and I got this prompt: sit down and write. My laptop was all packed up, everything, on my way out the door. So I sat down, and this piece came to me within 5 minutes. It was written. So I just wanted to share this. And this just goes to show, the work and the beauty of it. So it says, a flower so delicate, it opens to reveal life to display beauty, essence, character, nourished by the spirit of the earth, nourishment so plentiful, and taking only what it needs to survive to become this essence of beauty, to unlock the aroma of such process with no thought, just is. The rays of the sun provide warmth, essential elements to become strong, but yet so delicate, symbolic of love for sight, smell, touch, and thought. An example of creation, powerful. Imagine a field of love, unlimited. Smell the power of creation. See the beauty within. Display your beauty. The field is waiting.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. And also, please get a copy of that book, Birth, the Treasure Within. That's the name of the book by Karen L. Ross. Get that book. I'm sure there will be many more of words of wisdom that can really help you as you decide to be by yourself and do that inner work. Those are things that you can read that can prompt you to help you on your way, or on your way to searching, to digging for that treasure. Karen, I really appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Please reach out, go to www.birththetreasurewithin.com and scroll down and book the free 30-minute session with Karen. I really appreciate your time and sharing your story to encourage other entrepreneurs like ourselves. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And one of the things that Karen said is that not knowing what to do. She knew she needed to do something, but she didn't know what to do. So Claro Growth Resources, we support you as a corporate professional. You don't know what the next step is. You don't know what to do. This is where we support you to create that life that you desire. We'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning in to Create Your Own Economy with Bunmi Ajibade. I hope this episode gave you the clarity and inspiration to take the next step in your entrepreneurial journey. If you're a corporate professional feeling stuck or unfulfilled, and you are thinking about starting your own business, but find yourself asking, how, what, where, who, or when? I invite you to download my special curated guide, Transition from Corporate Professional to Entrepreneur, the 10-step guide for success. This guide is designed to make your transition smoother and less stressful. Afterward, schedule a clarity call to map out your personalized success path. We invite you to write a review, like, and share this episode with anyone who needs this information. See you in the next episode.